Okay, so we are doing a Twine Peaks full build. We're setting up for the full SSD. We're going to build absolutely everything, and we're going to narrate the whole thing and explain exactly what I'm doing. So first, this is the first wave where it comes from here. So we're going to build timeout chambers all the way along this entire thing. So timeout chambers are very simple. It look like this. And that's it. It's very simple. You go wooden floor spike, wall launcher, gas trap, broadside trap, broadside trap. You can never remove the floor here if you want to save on pieces. Sometimes helps. It even helps to create doors in the back because we're not going to put a trap on the back. So this allows you to escape in and out of your own trap tunnel if you want to navigate easily and quickly. We're going to go like this. Gas trap, broadside, broadside, gas trap, wooden floor spikes, knockback trap, broadside, broadside, gas, and door. We're also going to go like this. Just to block any enemies from coming in here. Just like that. Just a wall, floor, and a cap. Now if anything gets back in back here, they're not going to feel inclined to jump in there and try to go through. And we're going to go gas trap, broadside, broadside, gas trap, gas trap, gas trap, gas trap, floor spike, wall launcher, broadside, door, broadside, door, broadside, and a broadside on that one too. So there we go. There's our tunnel going all the way through. Now, to deal with a bunch of other threats, we want to put a roof over here covering as much of this area as we can. We don't want flingers throwing at the base, so it really helps to cover up a bunch of this area. We're going to go like this here. So when the enemies decide to come down here, they're going to get hit by gas. We're going to block this side and this side to keep the enemies from jumping on top of the bridge and going through. So we're going to go gas, 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 gas. We're not going to go there because it'll let the enemies jump through. Also, they're probably not going to go into the corner there. This is a little bit too close. We can actually, if we wanted, we could block on top to keep enemies from throwing. You could even go there. If you want to take away their angles, it's quite helpful to prevent flingers and lobbers from throwing, because they're going to try to throw into the base. They're clever and they're annoying. So you got to do whatever you can to block them. So there we go. We're going to go gas, gas, gas all the way here. Gas here. Gas here. Here. And then we're going to make timeout chamber right here. Wall launcher, floor spike, gas, gas, broadside, broadside, because they're going to try to run up this way. That's the fastest path. They typically won't run around the backside. They're going to want to go straight through. Since we're not blocking them, they have straight access to try to run through the entire base. So if they come here, they should be, we might want to cover that up there. Here is too close, right? We want to keep them close to the wall when they have open spaces. That way there's no place for them to fling. They might actually have a shot here, so we'll put one there as well. You just look up. If they're standing in a spot, do they have a place to throw? If they do have a place to throw, and just cover that up.
Let's see.
There we go. There we go. So now it's all covered. They have to run down here. By the time they run down there, they're dead. There's no way they're going to get through all of that alive. So this is a very, very effective base for building. This is a way overkill for a Twine Peaks defense. This is going to completely slaughter. This here is designed for so much more. This is going to cover all your bases for the endurance. There's other things that you can do if you want to add, do added damage. But our goal is to do maximum damage, but also not waste a ton of resources in the process. So we're going to remove this tree here. Okay, so here's how this works. You want to have it just inside the nook. You put 2 knockback traps on here. It'll throw things off the edge if anything tries to come and mess with your wall. And then you put a little bit of a sandwich here. You got an angled staircase. You've got an extra wall in the back there. So they have 3 layers that they have to go through. That should be enough to deter them, and just send everything around this side going through the front. That way they'll all hit all your traps and get completely wrecked. And if they do have a few strays try to go around the backside, they're just going to get punted off the cliff, and that's the end of that. So enemies will come up here. They'll get knocked in and killed. Knocked in and killed. Come up here. Knocked in and killed. Knocked in and killed. Knocked in and killed. We're going to leave this wide open so they have a straight shot, which is going to encourage them to take the shortest path, which is straight in. And of course, they'll get completely wrecked in the process of trying to get through this gauntlet of knockbacks and gas and wall launchers. So if you do need extra damage, if the enemies are too strong, you can consider turning this into a broadside as well. The broadsides that have a wall directly in front of them are definitely going to do more damage than a broadside that shoots over one, because these things will shoot, bounce, 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 bounce. So having a wall directly in front of a broadside causes them to do more damage. But if you need extra damage, you can shoot 2 across, and this one will do a good amount of extra punishment. Definitely still the strongest trap that you're going to use on a wall. Wall dynamos are pretty much useless, by comparison. So we don't mess around with those at all. No, we're not doing half walls anymore, because it uses up too much material cost, and it has the added downside of just having the potential to cause clogs. And if there's clogs, enemies might decide to do something that we don't want them to do. So we'll just avoid that whole situation entirely. And yeah, we're going to skip over B because B does not get attacked. A and B both are safe zones after you've expanded appropriately. So we're going to start from the amplifier. We're just going to wrap the amp up with a basic shell. There we go. Okay, so now we got to cover a few different directions here. The enemies are going to come from right over by that tree. They're going to come from over by that tree. And they're also going to come from that tree there. So we got to cover all 3 of these sides to prevent the enemies from getting in. So we'll start from this one and we'll work our way all the way around. So from here, we're going to start here, and we're going to go timeout chambers just like before. Just like that. Basic timeout chambers, floor spikes, wall launchers, gas, gas, broadside, broadside. Broadside if you need an extra one. We're going to block this side off here. We're going to put a wall here and cap this one. That way you can go here if you need to get around. Block, block, block. Places for gas traps. Gas traps can hit enemies as they're coming up a ramp, so they have enough range to do that. Then we're going to go here, here. We should break that one. We're not putting a trap on there unless you need it. You want to put an extra trap on there, in which case you can if you want to. Okay, so any floors that we put down is where we're going to actually put traps. We're going to put wooden floor spikes to slow the enemies down. Pretty much everything we build is going to be for a purpose. We're going to leave a door there so we can get in and out. There's our knockback here. Gas. Broadsides. Corners we'll probably leave empty. We'll gas the top. Wall launcher here. Floor spikes. Gas. Broadside, same old thing. Floor spikes in here. Broadsides. Gas. Launcher. Broadside. And we're going to block this one off with a wall, a ramp, and a wall. Just to keep enemies out. Gas. Wooden floor spikes. We don't need that one there. Gas. Okay, so now we're going to stop there and we're going to work our way back to this point. We're going to go over to this side. Now, we have some options here. We can choose to throw everything off of the edge, or we can choose to kill them in a trap tunnel. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go for the toss off the edge strategy. But we're going to show you both of them. We're going to do a toss on one side and a kill tunnel on the other side. So on this side here, we're actually going to go for the kill tunnel. So this is how this works. Okay, so there's our timeout chamber, same as always. This is a launcher to launch them off the edge to their death. Okay, so now here's an interesting part that we do. Okay, so this is a wall launcher here. Enemies are going to come from this direction. This is where the enemies come from right up here. So we want to make sure they don't come around this side. So we're actually going to put a wall right here and right here. Then we can put gas over top, gas over here. Wall. So this one's going to be a wall launcher to kick them back out. So now here's how this works, is we're going to go like this. So enemies come in here, they get wall launched out. Of course we have gas everywhere coming in. We put a wooden floor spike here. We can't put a one here because otherwise the enemies will get stuck and they won't be able to get up and they'll just start hitting things. So we want to make sure we keep that empty. So they're going to come up here and they're going to want to go around. So they're going to want to go all the way around to this side here, but this one's going to knock them into here. This might cause them to punch through a wall if they get cranky, but that's okay. It'll slow them down, and it's not a big deal. The other thing that we can do is we can actually put a wall launcher here. We can create additional trap tunnels because we're walking them all the way around. As you can see, we can choose to make this a dead space if we want to actually block them off and say, you need to go around. Now I put a wall launcher there. It's going to knock them into the hole here. And then you can have more gas traps, more slow spikes. And then we go like this, block that in. Now they're going to go all the way around. They're not going to have the danger of punching themselves through the wall. And here you can end up putting, instead of having, you know, the wall launcher, you can put broadsides instead. Right? Broadsides are going to do horrific amounts of damage here. So that's a really good strategy as well. You put the wall launcher here, you throw them down the hallway, they get slammed by broadsides. If they come around this side, they get slammed by broadsides. That's probably one of the stronger strategies. But you have a few different options, you know, depending on how strong the enemies are. So of course, broadsides here. Now with this here, we want to prevent smashers from charging the base. Very important. So what we're going to do, let's create an anti-smasher floor. Anti-smasher floors are very effective. We're going to aim it this way to throw them back into the tunnel instead of throwing them, you know, towards this side. We don't want them to get caught. I put a wall there so that they hit this wall and they'll get pushed out to this way. Then they'll have to run back in and they'll get hit. The other thing that you can do is you can go like this way, and this one will force them to go towards this wall. This wall is going to be the wall launcher, so he's going to walk in here, and then when he goes in, it kicks him back out again into the wall launcher and then back into the hole. So both of these are really good strategies. The advantage to this one here is that you can actually keep this wall, you know, disabled, and that way you can move in and out of the base easily if you want to move around. So they both have advantages. I personally like to go, I like to keep these walls up just in case. Added extra things for smashers to take swings at. I find it to be a lot safer. This one here, we're going to go and put the floors up facing off the cliff. That way when they hit this anti-smasher, the knockback trap, it's going to push them off the cliff and down. So that's a really effective use as well. Using the angled floors, it prevents the enemies from actually, the smashers can't charge, which is very important. Keep them from charging, and there's not a lot that your base, you know, has to worry about. There's like the danger is gone. So now on this side, what we're going to do, okay, so what we've done here, we created a little trap, wooden floor spikes, wall launcher, wooden floor spikes, wall launcher, wooden floor spikes, wall launcher, and then gas on the top. So they take damage as they walk in, they get hit and knocked into the hole, and then whatever ones get through, we go wall launcher this way, wall launcher this way, broadside, broadside, gas, and gas, gas. So pushes them in, pushes them away, and then slammed. Here, same thing. Yeah, wall launcher here, and then wall launcher here. Yeah, exactly. Very good. Now we're going to go here, another wall launcher, into another trap. Leave the door in the end. This is very important to close this up. That way enemies don't feel the need to walk around the back side here, because they'll detect an opening. Here there is no opening, so they're disinclined to come this direction in the first place. This one we're going to aim off the cliff, so if we hit the wall launcher here, it pushes them off the edge. We're going to put these floors all in line, connected, angled floors, to keep smashers from charging from this direction. We're going to keep this wall open so that we can go through either side that we want. And of course we're going to cover this up with more gas traps. This is a very, very nasty tunnel. Now we're going to thin the herd even more by starting over here. So we're starting from the ground. We're going to build around broadside, broadside, gas trap, gas trap, gas trap, wooden floor spike, wall launcher. There's your basic structure. We're going to go around this side and we're going to block this way and this way. Keep them over here. put a wall launcher here to try to knock them off the edge. And a gas trap here to do more damage. More damage. See how close we can get without getting hit by a meteor. There's a meteor that hits around here somewhere. It moves location, so it's kind of hard to tell where it's going to hit until it drops. We'll know what the drop is looking like on this wave as soon as it reveals itself. There we go. So there's our shape there. Boom. Gas, 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 gas. Lots of gas. Okay, so now what we need to do is put up an anti-lobber shield. Okay. So my anti-lava shields, I usually go 3 high. That should protect the base from getting lobbed. There's a lot of flingers and lobbers that try to spawn on this side, and they tend to sit down here in the corners and bomb over. This will prevent them from migrating quite a bit, and hopefully lead them into our trap tunnels, where they'll get slaughtered pretty hard. Okay. So other things that you can do is you can choose to spawn camp. You do this by going to a spawn location. Building an arch. And then gassing over top of the arch. If you feel like you need to do more damage to a location, that's a good way to do it. Another thing you're going to be dealing with, since we're knocking enemies down the hole, is they're going to be coming up this way. And all the way up here. And then heading towards the base. So things that we can do is we can actually go like this. You can throw in another trap tunnel right there to catch them as they're coming out. They might be hurt from falling. It's not that far of a fall, so they're not going to take much damage, if any. Okay, so we're going to go MC this time. Okay, so we're going to start with the basic shell. Pretty simple. Then we're going to go and build a basic trap tunnel. So we start with a floor. Put up the 2x2 ceiling that goes all the way around. Built a little alcove entrance for it here, and then voila. We're also going to block this off by going like this. Keep them out of there. Although you do have other options. It's kind of pointless. I prefer to go this route because then you can go like this. Put a wall here. There's your trap tunnels. As they come through, they get kicked out. They get damaged. From this side here, we can go. We can't put it here because this is where the enemies come up. So again, we don't want to block them, or they're just going to start hitting stuff. So we can go like this though and gas them as they're coming in. Let's get a guide here so we know how close to the wall we can get. This one here. Okay, so we're going to carry this all the way over here. Now, from this side, this is another direction they're going to end up coming, so we want to go and build a trap tunnel out here as a catch. Okay, saw enemies come from this direction. We're just gonna go like this too, just to make sure enemies don't go in the dead zone. I want them to come right in here, into the tunnel. And then here we have broadsides we can hit on both sides, wooden floor spikes if we want here. More gas, and then more trap tunnels. This hands deals with them quite nicely. Now this side's gonna get hit here. Okay, so the goal is to keep them from going up. So this blocks them here, and this blocks them here. That means they want to go right up here. Now, there's one more side we have to do, and that's this corner here. We want to put a, oops. Just a wall and a staircase. That way they're not inclined to break through here and go through the back door and come up into the base. We have double walls. That wall, this wall. We can go triple just to be safe. Not a bad cost for 3 extra pieces. So yeah, that pretty much locks down this base. So someone's going to completely slaughter most anything that comes through here. Now, the other thing that we can do is extend this shield, because this shield will actually protect us quite heavily from incoming lava attacks. So we'll go straight across. And that should keep them at bay far enough to deal with. The only other thing you gotta watch is that they don't run all the way around to this corner over here. Sometimes they come here and they'll try to bomb over at the base because they're annoying. We can go like this if we want to completely disable that. Just put a few here. The few extra pieces might be worth it to keep the lavers away from the core. Alright, so moving around the circle, we're going to do Amplifier H next. This is the lava pit. The lava pit is one of my favorites, to be honest. If you line yourself right up with the pit, this is the center zone. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start by building a trap tunnel here. We're going to build some doors in the back. This will prevent enemies from deciding to backdoor, break here, and then run around. We're going to make sure the center is the most appealing part of this base. So we want them to come right here. This is their home. Straight in. And then block them off on the side. Wall, floor, pyramid, wall, floor, pyramid. Same on this side. Wall, wall, floor, floor, pyramids, walls, floors, pyramids, walls. The other thing that we want to watch for is this side here. Oh, not this one. See, this is where they're going to be hitting the wall launchers here. We want to make sure that we protect the sides of our investments. We don't want them coming through. So we're just going to put doors here just to discourage them from busting through the walls and again chasing out the back. We put in doors everywhere in case you have teammates on your team that fall into your holes and go, oh no, I need edits, help me. It's like, oh wait, we don't need edits, we can just run out. Okay, so this side's looking good. We just need to assess the bottom here. Here's where we want to block enemies from coming up here. This is a very annoying spot here. So we're going to go wall, floor, pyramid. We're going to attach to here. And we're going to attach to here. And then we're going to cover all of this. Because the enemies are going to want to run up this way. So we want to make sure that we catch them with the gas. Because they might spawn right here. And then they're going to want to run one of the ways through here. And we're going to get them with as much damage as we can before they get up. And they're going to run up here. And then they're going to run into our trap tunnel. Voila. So if they get through, they run up here, they come, boom, trap tunnel again. Slammed. We can even encourage them to run around the outside by going like this. And that way we're not utilizing very much extra, right? Because we already have the roof pieces built. It's all part of this. So they're going to come up here. They're going to run in, boom, in the trap tunnel. Boom, in the trap tunnel. It's a very efficient resource. Okay, so now we're going to go here. We're going to start from this spot here. Kind of the same line. There's a bomb that hits here, so we can't build out too much farther. And we just want to go like this. This is our trap tunnel. And we go right to the end, just like there. There's the end. There's a ramp, so we can come up in here. Now, we're going to want to build... This is going to be our wall here. Okay. Okay, so there we go. There's our trap tunnels. You'll find them very familiar. Okay. Now, we need to reinforce the back wall here like we did before. Okay, and they might decide to check underneath to prevent them from going, because this is the underside, right? This is See, right in the middle of your trap tunnel. If they decide they want to go straight down, they're going to get locked into a you know, a garbage location. Same as if they decide to go through the wall. So they're blocked there as well. So now this is the flingers like to come back this direction. So we're just going to do a basic floor spikes, broadsides, and gas traps. Now we're going to actually put a half wall in here. That way we can utilize the knockback to push them back into the tunnel. Another catch here. And a catch here. And again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cheese them back into the tunnel. Oops. There we go. Floor spikes, gas traps, broadsides, wall launcher, floor spikes, gas traps. We're using these types of walls here because there's not going to be a high traffic zone. We're not going to have a lot of enemies coming through here, so we don't have to worry about congestion. This will make sure that they don't get through and they get knocked back and CC'd throughout the base. So we're going to protect the base now with a basic, just a basic here. We're going to leave that side open. Okay, so now there's our basic structure. Now we're going to do 2x2 floors. We're setting up another tunnel. Broadside, broadside, gas trap, broadside, door, gas trap, door on the side here, broadside, and we're going to create an angled floor. Oops. Okay. So enemies fall from here. They hit a wall launcher into a trap tunnel. Wall launcher into the traps. Wall launcher pushes away from the base into the traps. Way through if we need to. Make sure that we connect the angled floors so the angled floors go all the way around. Okay, so we want to make sure that we don't put doors on spots that, you know, we're going to put a wall launcher here. We're going to put broadsides here as a last resort, gas traps. So all the doors for traversing areas are going to be on the outer sides. Now going up a layer. Okay, so here's where you put a door here. Broadside, broadside, gas trap. Okay, broadsides, gas trap, knockback, broadsides, gas trap, floor launcher. Going up. Okay, so pretty much broadsides all around these tunnels here. Maximum damage. As they fall, they'll get shot from here to here, and it bounces back and forth. Same goes from here to here, bounces back and forth, here to here, bounces back and forth. So you got tons of broadside traps throughout the drop tunnels. Oh yeah. Yeah, even as they're falling. So now we're gonna go like this. These are the stabilizer walls to keep enemies from going all the way through. Okay, broadside traps, gas trap. Here you can go through if you want. This is to prevent smashers from breaking through the inner containment. Keep them from going that way as well. This one's not actually necessary, just those two. Alright, so now we're up. And that's the whole thing. So enemies come from down here. They're blocked in, they all come up. Gas trap, floor spikes, cannons on the sides, gas, broadsides, gas, gas, gas. Wooden floor spikes, don't need these ones here. Gas, broadsides, gas, broadsides. Lots of broadsides here. Gas, fall, wall launcher, into more broadsides and gas. They struggle to come back in. They hit a bunch of broadsides on the way down. Basically anything that has a wall facing a wall, broadsides, punt them in, broadsides, gas. More broadsides coming down here. Enemies hitting the bottom. Wall launcher knocks them into another trap. And into another trap. And into another trap. There we go. Go. Okay, only exactly what we need. And nothing more. Alright, so now we go up to the top. Alright, so this is a new base design of mine. It's been working quite well. Here we're building an interesting base. This one's designed to contain. Alright, so here we go. Okay, so basic structure. There's your trap tunnel. Knocks them into the side. Okay, so now we go like this. Always make sure that you set your trap tunnels set to knock away from the objective. So wall launchers here, pushing away from the objective. Okay, so here's what we want. Push them back. Push them in. Want to make sure that anti-smasher perimeter is secure. Okay. Okay, so the goal is to get them all to come up here. So we're going to block this off. We're going to go this way because we know they have no choice but to come back towards the middle. So we don't even have to block the backside because there's no way, any way but here. If they come down here, they get knocked into the trap tunnel, they have to walk back to get to the base. So that's the beauty of that design there. Now, you just have to back it up. Okay, so that's all blocked there. All the enemies are pushed into this direction. Timeout chambers. Up. Timeout chambers. Okay, so knockback is going to go over this wall into the corner. And this knockback is going to go over this wall and into the corner, kind of probably over this way. It'll do extra damage, buying you more time. What's that? Sorry? Yeah, that's right. Knocks him into the corner. Right, so now we got some more action over here. Okay. Enemies are going to spawn right over here. They're all going to come in here. Get slammed. Move up. Gassed all the way up. Broadside traps all the way up. And then they're going to run into our tunnel and then get hit some more. Now what we're going to do, we're going to build off of this to prevent lobbers from causing issues. So this one here is where the edge of the mountain goes. You want to go one past the mountain. Otherwise, it'll stand at the edge of the mountain and they'll throw it right through this square over at the base. Really annoying. So we're just going to cover up all of the ground. Okay. Okay, we're gonna get an extra layer. Just sandwiching. We just really don't want enemies coming through the back here. We don't want to waste too much materials, but at the same time we do not want to leave ourselves vulnerable. Now we want to put up a lava shield here as well. We have to beware of lava bombs. Yeah, okay, perfect. Angles are all shut down.
What to build?
Okay, so we're gonna build this here. Protect our assets. Sorry? You just kind of get used to it. Well, I'm basically like, I'm looking at the terrain. This is as far back as I can go. Will I have a flat, one high terrain? We're a good, like, you know, at least 2 away from the edge. So that's about, you know, pretty good. You can go about 3 high and make sure that, you know, the line of sights that lavas are going to be aiming from are covered, right? So basically all the way over here. Yeah. Okay, cool. Alright, so amplifier G. We're going to build some clever designs here. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Broadsides, wall floor spikes, gas, 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 there we go. Broadsides. Come in, get smashed, get further, get slowed, get knocked off the edge, get knocked into lava, die. Should be good for 2. Probably 3, but 2 is safe. Okay, so this one here, we want to go like this. Want to make sure they knock up and fall straight down. Insta dead. Now this one, again, same thing. Okay, enemies come up and they get knocked down. Okay. Okay, so this one falls right here.
Maybe
Falls right there, gets knocked in. Okay. Into the lava. Okay. So we boxed up there. We have a path in the backside. Heavily trapped, knocked off the edge. Heavily trapped on this side. Floor spikes, gas traps, wall launchers, throwing them into the lava. 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 Lava on that side too. So whichever way they go. Lava. Okay, so this one, hit them into the lava there, lava here. This one will eject them this way and then off the edge. Same with that one there. I need to pick a side. Either side is pretty much death. So if they come up here, gas, gas, lava. So they come up, they're gonna get hit, hit, and hit, and hit. Oh no, we don't want to do that. I want to make sure they go all the way to the lava.
Let's see.
Knocked off here. Okay. Perfect. On which wall? Nothing. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to go to the move this here. Okay, so this is the other spawn location right here. We're going to make sure that we do as much damage as possible. Alright, so they got to come up here and then hit again. Nothing here. Timeout chamber here. Pushing them away from the base. And they go up. Gas. Enemies will be coming up here. Okay, so okay, so enemies are going to come straight here. Of course, we want them going up the center, so they're going to come up here. They're going to hit in. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. So get hit in, get slowed by spikes, get hit in, gas, gas. They get to pick a side. They're going to go one of two different directions. Either way, they're going to get met by knockbacks. It's going to throw them off of the level, and dead, dead, dead. This one's also going to be knockback here, knockback here. Just stop there. So they're going to hit knockback here. It's going to throw them down this way, and these ones are going to knock them into the lava, and then we got that as well. And of course, gas traps. Now we need to put up some lava defense to protect the main base. So we're going to go like this. Okay. Metal. Okay, so this one might actually need another. Ooh. Oh. There. Hopefully that will be enough to keep the pesky lavers out, because they are horrible. Alright, next. Final battle, boys. Final battle. The Devil Amp. The Notorious. No, the pit is completely, if you built all of your amplifiers properly, it never shows up as a place of interest. I've never been attacked in it. Okay, so here we go. So we're all boxed up. Now we're going to get attacked from that side. We're going to get attacked from that side. We're going to get attacked from that side. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a straight shot of each of these. So here's our one. Here's our first straight shot right here. Our next one is here. Okay, so now we're gonna go like this. Not you. There, that should be... Actually, we might have to keep going. Just in case. Okay, so there's that one. Now we need to do here. Protect this wall. Okay, so now this one is going to go here. Okay, so we're just building basically a trap tunnel connecting to here. This is a straight shot. As you can see, it looks like just all your other ones. Wall launchers, trap tunnels. Pretty straightforward. We're going to move this. We need to create anti-smasher contingencies. So we're going to start from this point. This is close to the wall. It's going to shoot away from the base. So we just want to connect. Okay, so that's this one here. So again, this one, we're going to want to go shoot them into the base. We're just going to put these in here just in case a wall launcher happens to land enemies in here. We don't want them just walking through into the base. They're going to, you know, give them something to punch through to get out. Give them time to get gassed out. So enemies are going to come through here. Enemies are going to come through here. We're going to continue going all the way around. Open this one up. Okay, so we want broadsides there, so we're going to close that up. Broadsides here, we're going to close that up. We've got a smasher floor all the way around the entire base, so we feel safe there. Now this side here is another mess. So here's what we're going to do here. We're going to cover all of this up to this point here. Okay, so this is going to be our other tunnel. We're going to go this way. There we go. There's our trap tunnel again. Knockback. Chambers. There we go. Okay. Oh, no, this one has a hole, so we gotta keep that one there. That one has a hole. Sketchy. Ooh, definitely nope. And that one's good, nice and flat. Okay, so there we go. Enemies that come from this side are going to get dunked on like crazy. Now we need to do this part here. So there's our opportunity here. We're going to close this up here. Okay, there we go. So we created the protection from behind so they don't go through the back wall. From here we've got lots and lots and lots of spawn camping goodness with the gas traps all back here. Okay. Enemies come up and they go straight shot into the base. That'll encourage them to all go this direction here. We're going to open this one up. Don't need this one here. Okay. So knockback traps, knock them into there, funnel everything up here, everything gets crushed, bunch of gas traps here, maybe some of the contingency ones to prevent backdoor guys from trying to run under the base. And we have 2 more spots to do now. Now this.
Wish I could.
What are you talking about? Ah, correct. That's right. Good remembering. So yeah, we're gonna put the our walls here to prevent them from busting out the back door, the back side of the tunnels. Very good. Okay, covered. Okay, so block this up. Block this up. There we go. Okay, so here's our basic structure. Enemies come from down here. They come up, broadsides, gas traps, gas taps, knockback in, broadsides. Don't need that. Gas trap, floor spike, broad, gas, floor spike, knockback. Don't need that. Broadside, gas, knockback, floor spike, door, broadside, gas, knockback, floor spike. Wait, nope. Okay, so this is where we changed up a little bit here. Keep on the door on the back side there. So here's where we go like this. Okay, so enemies come here. We go up. And now we go through. Change that to a broadside. Now we're going to go like this, and we're going to actually make a floor all the way across here. We're going to bridge. There we go. And we're going to make another trap tunnel going all the way here. Of course, we're going to get rid of all of these. These are all now going to be knockback traps, and then straight shot in. Another thing I like to do is create exit points here. Although we don't want to use up too much of our resources messing around with that. Let's destroy this. We don't need it. It's not necessary, but it is nice to have the exit points so you can jump out and evade. You need to run away from takers or whatever. You're protected. You have escape routes.
Let's see.
Okay, so now one more super easy, totally not colossal undertaking is more. Steal the devil lamp. Here we... Oh yeah, we got lobbers everywhere, bro. Lobbers are ferocious. They never stop. I believe the devil lamp was something that was coined by David Dean, as far as I know, just because it is a very unpleasant amp to try to defend. Most people have struggle on this one a lot because they don't have my superior skills. Okay. So there we go, just the giant tunnel. We're going to leave the back open here just so we can get it back in here. So we're going to put in a bunch of doors. Protect the back side. There we go. Close it up. Alright, easy peasy. Now we're going to go like this. There's our... Oh, wait, this is wrong. I'm like, this feels like I'm on the wrong elevation. There we go, this is where we're supposed to be. Okay, so now it gets fun. Let's get our trap tunnels in here. Okay, block. Oh, middle. Okay, here we go. People have been trying to get me to do this build for so long. Alrighty then.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is pretty simple. I'm waiting to get hit here. Usually this gets destroyed in some way, but basically the idea is enemies come through here. If they try to run around the backside, which happens sometimes, they run in. We have an easy shot to the base, of course. Gas trapping, broadsides all the way. And then we go like this. Hey guys, how's it going? There we go. That's what I was just waiting for that. I was waiting for that. I'm like, it's gonna break something. So there we go. Now we know where it is. Nice. Okay. All right, gaze upon the glory of the devil amp. I feel like I'm gonna get dunked on this side here. There. There, I feel safer. Cut down those angles. Alright, so now all you gotta do is tier 3 everything that I built for you today. and then completely load it to the gills with traps. All the traps. Easy, right? No problem. No problem. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8 for the devil. Yikes, man. How long did it take to do this? This is quite the War Games Endurance Ultimate AFK everything build. Oh yeah! Oh, you're gonna have fun with this one, man. You're gonna have fun AFKing forever now. Oh man, oh man. Hey man, no problem. No problem. Oh, is it? This one is actually probably better than my own. Because once you built yours, you feel unmotivated to make a lot of changes. Oh, definitely God roll. I mean, unless you don't care. I mean, you can always break them and then replace them for barely any difference, right? That's the nature of. But you gotta remember to do all of that on every single one, right? Remember, once you place them, you're gonna feel unmotivated to place them again. So yeah, it's just like, oh, you know what? Do it right once or don't do it. So just do it right the first time. Make sure everything's 130 God rolled to the gills, and yeah, you'll be good to go. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. That one is going to be a video for sure. It's a full tutorial walkthrough of the entire thing. So this is better than VASH here. This is probably the best build I've done so far. I'm actually quite proud of the Amplifier G Lava Shield. I think that one's going to do quite well. I really hope that we were efficient enough to get all the traps we need in here. Because the only thing I'm worried about is that the lava shields are a little bit too big and you might run out of build, right, when you're placing traps. And of course we don't want that. We don't want you to run out of spots, right? Because if you run out of spots, then you can't build on the fly, and that's a bummer. Alright, man, GG. Whew. Can't wait for the video. How many amps you just do? All of them. Every single one.